That's number one.
did,
And number
did,
two,
did he had to count
Law's death.
the fingers? Look at it. Did he count? Did he had to count the fingers? Like it's one. Oh my god. Oh my god, he had to count the fingers. And it was one. Night has fallen on Lolcow Rancho once more. From the darkness, CYRAXX emerges to inform his fans they don't have to worry about
What's up,
him
y'all?
anymore.
In this video, I'm going to explain my story and what I've been through and what I still go through.
Okay. I'm skipping a lot of things that I missed covering ever since I started this series a couple of months ago. I started making this series when the whole what's his name John situation was happening, and since that I've only been able to cover a few things. The ice incident, pretty much. That's pretty much the only thing that I managed to cover of CYRAXX. I wanted to cover more of the events that have been going on ever since I started making this series a couple of months ago, somewhere around 4 months ago. The John, the Cassandra, and all those things. But I just really wanted to instead focus on this channel right here because for whatever reason, CYRAXX decided to go back to one of his old channels. I have no idea how many channels he has. Shadowblade, Rising Sun, Retro Arcade, Darkness, Ninja, whatever edgy title bullshit. I don't know. They all blend in. They all disappear. They get abandoned, or they get nuked or whatever, except for this one who is still up. He was abandoned there. I would have never imagined this was a CYRAXX channel. And then people started to discover that he went back to it and he started to edit uh, the profile picture and several other things in there, and he started to mess around there, like trying to revive it and whatever. So I don't know. I wanted to cover that. Rising Sun Retro Arcade. He has gameplays there. If you have been following this whole CYRAXX story, you realize that pretty much everything was suspected to be kind of over, right? After the passing away of Marty, pretty much, the CYRAXX's like true love and companion in life, right? I don't know. Everything was done pretty much. Like, the whole thing kind of went down. It, if you know, you know. But by the way, is this supposed to be him? Is this him? Oh my god. Wait. So it's so funny that he's almost self-conscious enough to like make like the AI draw him like sort of with his features, the receding hairline. Oh, look at the come on, dude, the pilot. But then he's like, I don't know. I can't see very well the one that's like driving the car. Is that bold? Did he made himself actually bold? I don't know. It's like I I'm not sure if it's as funny for everybody else as it is for me. But the fact that he draws himself like that, is semi-aware of how he looks like, but he makes himself so idealized in contrast to like how it's not as funny, man. It's not as funny. I'm sure it's not as funny, but I find it so hilarious. But I'm not gonna go into the gameplays. I don't know. I'm not sure. Uh, is there anything good there? I'm not sure. I'm gonna go directly to the CYRAXX cycle. I thought it was over. You know, Marty's dead. Um, so CYRAXX lost energy. Plus, his health is quickly like deteriorating. I'm pretty sure he like the like quarter of a lung that he had is probably just like rotted away to like an even smaller percentage of that. He probably lost several of his organs already or whatever. I don't know. His teeth are falling off of his head and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just like he's losing everything. He just sounds tired all the time from everything, right? He just like lost his will to live pretty much to an extent. I'm sure of it. And then drinking so much sludge, which call me dumb, but I just learned like what, like a month ago or something like that his sludge is actually coffee and Kahlua. Is that true? I used to love Kahlua as a kid. They used to give us Kahlua when I was a kid in parties. Because the adults were like, well, it's Kahlua, it's sweet, it's milk, and like Kahlua, it's for kids, right? Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I used to drink Kahlua when I was a kid, and I turned out fine, right? So I used to love Kahlua. I haven't had Kahlua since I was like probably like 9 or 8 or something like that. I don't know. Was it good? I remember it being delicious, but yet you're a kid, so I don't know. I have to move on because CYRAXX has a very important message that he has to give us all.
What's up, y'all? In this video, I'm going to explain my story and what I've been through and what I still go through and what you guys can expect from this channel in under 15 minutes. But if y'all don't know me, what's up? My name is Chance.
Hello there, Chance.
And I am a survivor of terrorism.
Oh my god, here we go. A survivor of terrorism. Were you in 9/11 or something like that? I guess like every day for him is 9/11, right? Yeah, if you see it that way. Were you a survivor of ICE? You said ICE were Donald Trump's personal terrorist group. So, oh yeah, and they like enforce anti-illegal immigration laws. So I guess the trolls enforce anti like pedo codes, right? So yeah, I can see it. It makes sense, people. It makes sense. Trust them.
My story starts about 6 years ago when this guy named Music Biz Marty made me a target.
It's been 6 years ago, like 6 years ago, Like 6 years ago. He was saying 6 years ago.
And he was nice at first. He did all the nice little things, trying to play it nice, like, oh, I'm your friend, I'm gonna help you.
Oh, these caps. I usually never watch Lolcow videos in big screens. I'm watching it on my laptop right now. I'm usually watching them on my phone, so sometimes you kind of miss the detail a little bit of, like, for example, especially on CYRAXX, the veins on his forehead. He has so many. He's so tense, right? That's why he went bald so early on. Apart from hygiene and all those kind of things, but also like the scabs are kind of like a spectacle in a bigger screen. It's so wow.
I'm gonna help you get hundreds and thousands of views. You're gonna be rich and famous. And at first I didn't buy into it. And when I didn't buy into it at first, he kept on like doing things, like subtle little things. Like he would actually go out of his way to make it look like he's trying to help me. So in my head I'm thinking, alright, maybe this dude's trying to help. But then I later on found out he was evil, so I was like, yo.
He was evil.
This guy's clearly up to something.
Look who's talking. By the way, Let me try to remember by memory the whole event. I'm guessing since my channel is still a small channel, the people that are flowing into my videos are probably people who are already familiar, right, with the locales that I cover around here. Except for Sidek, he is somewhere around Lolcow Rancho, but we just haven't gotten to him yet. But I have covered him before, but those videos got like 4 views or something like that, like 2 years ago. So that's what I mean. So where I was going with this is that I don't think I need to explain this whole video that much, because we all know, like, this is a cycle that CYRAXX has over like some period of time. He is so narrow-minded and just like limited in his cognition, let's just say it, that he is used to very ingrained repetition, right? He just gets the first thing in his head, and then thing never moves from his mind ever, no matter what. That's it. He can't change, he can't learn, he can't evolve. I hate using that kind of language on people. I have trained myself a lot to use different kind of ways to express myself whenever I refer to somebody who has been making mistakes. It's just a preference, a personal preference. For example, if I am involved with somebody who has been making the same kind of mistake that I'm getting very annoyed by it, or I just dislike a lot, or I just find it negative for whatever reason, I try not to say, let's just use a little example. Let's just say that I stumble upon somebody that lies to you about something in particular, and I catch up to that lie, right? I try to not say, you are such a liar, why do you lie about that? Instead, I have trained to change my vocabulary a little bit, and instead say, how can somebody as smart as you lie about something like that so often? How can somebody so capable of doing, I don't know, this or that, whatever, uh, need to lie about this thing? Emphasizing on a positive trait that that person has, that I can notice on that person, so that that person slowly starts to stick to the positive trait, in hopes that subliminally that person starts to lean in more into their positive traits, and kind of leaning away from their negative ones. And it kind of works, to be honest. It kind of works. You would be surprised. It kind of works. It's not as easy as that, but it kind of works. Anyways, what I was getting into is that I hate referring to people like that, but with CYRAXX, there's no other way to refer to somebody like CYRAXX. He's such an extreme case that it's like, there's no way. In order to do that trick that I do, you need somebody with a little bit of nuance in their mind, right? You need somebody with a little bit of more capacity of reflection and whatever, blah, 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 blah. And sadly, you don't have it here. Anyways, yes. So the whole story here is always the same. Is always the same. The same.
What's up, y'all? In this video, I'm going to explain my story and what I've been through and what I still go through. What's up, everyone? Something in me told me that I need to make this video. I want to share my story about how I am a victim of
the same. 6 years ago, 15 years ago, he's gonna be saying 6 years ago still. Marty tried to make a pass on him because Marty was in love with him, because he has such a crush on CYRAXX, because I mean it's very obvious, right? I mean, come on, how could he resist CYRAXX? And since CYRAXX is such a man, he refused. So Marty became, vengeful about the whole thing, and he just, like, he couldn't let it go, and he made his life goal to destroy CYRAXX in revenge for not letting him get his way with him. Because CYRAXX is too manly for that. He's too hetero, he's too alpha. And so Marty decided to trick him into getting him a promotion in music and all of that. It was all a lie. It was just a way to get back at CYRAXX, who only wanted to promote his talent, his art. Never mind the fact that CYRAXX was stalking this girl who was into the juggalo scene, whatever that is. I've never actually known what a juggalo is. I've only seen everything that I know about that scene is CYRAXX lore, and I've never actually cared, to be honest. I know it's like some kind of like underground music scene, like like punks and goths and metalheads and I don't know, rappers and whatever, and there's juggalos, something like that, right? Nobody cares. And she was into werewolves and whatever. What is it about the werewolves? It's so embarrassing because Lolcows have ruined so many of the things that I loved as a kid. Werewolves, The Lion King, Pokemon. I was never the biggest Sonic fan ever, but I used to like Sonic, right? Like everybody, really. Now that I grew up and learned about Lolcows, wow. Now I'm like, was there something wrong with me? I think it was actually. So, anyways, he started stalking this girl to a point where she had to fake her own death, right? In order to get away from him because she couldn't get away from him. He was following everywhere and spamming her with messages, getting her phone, whatever. All this. Correct me whenever I am wrong because I'm speaking by memory from like just like random bullshit. You know how it is, how convoluted the lore of Lolcows is, but I'm speaking by memory here. I don't remember her name, to be honest. But long story short, supposedly that's how Marty found out about CYRAXX, right? Because like that story went like viral somehow. That I don't remember exactly right now in this moment. But and this he found out about CYRAXX like that, as far as I remember, and he thought it would be a great idea to kind of mess with him, like very similarly to what happened to Christian, right? Christian started to upload his Sonic Shoe comics on the internet, and then people started to see it, and they started to dig around who this Christian was, who was making these comics. Was he real? Was he a parody? Was he what? And so like there was like somebody who discovered Christian, right? And then they started to mess with him, and then somebody else, they started to share the story and whatever, and then from there on, what happened, right? But very similarly to that is what happened with CYRAXX. Sort of like Marty got involved in there, and he started to mess with him, and, and I don't know, shenanigans ensued, I guess. The whole lying to CYRAXX about getting him a deal in the music industry and all that. That's true, though. That is true.
He tried to make a pass at me when I was with my now ex-girlfriend. He tried to make a pass at me and be like, "Oh, I like you. I want to be with you." And don't get me wrong, I do support the LGBTQ plus community. I support it 1,000%. But I'm not gay. I don't run that way. I do support it though. And when I turned him down, I let him down, Joey. I'm like, yo, first off, dude, I've got a girlfriend, man. I'm not bisexual. I'm not gay. I don't run that way. I'm flattered, but I don't run that way.
I thought Blind Billy was the one who couldn't see, but judging by that, how do you explain that whole scenario then? You could tell perfectly that blind Billy was a boy, and you still yeah, you still got your way with him in that sleepover, taking advantage of the fact that he was blind. Because if he only knew, oh my God, you know what? He's very lucky to don't know exactly how you look like.
He devised the most devious, fucked up plan of all. This man sat there, waited for 2 years, hired somebody after 2 years by the name of Mastro Mafia. At least that's what she went by at the time. And now she goes by some other weird name like Masshole Reports or something like that. I don't know. But he got her to do
the veins. Sorry to interrupt the videos every 2 seconds, but the veins, the body language, everything, as I said, on a bigger screen, you can tell more. Also, I'm not always paying too much attention to the screen because, there's usually not that much to pay attention to. It's usually just like looking at CYRAXX, right? So as I'm looking at him right now, oh my God. You notice all those crevices and wrinkles, and every time he spews a word, like a vein pops up of his forehead, and so many. Oh wow. Anyways,
an illegal pedophile sting on me, knowing that my internet was shit, knowing that I was slow as fuck at responding. They took advantage of that. Because at the time we had the internet that was just so slow that it took like about an hour just to load one page. Like, we were that poor back then. And they took advantage of that. But all in all, they did an illegal pedophile sting on me to make me look like a pedophile.
Details? Okay. Did they planted evidence? Did they accuse you or something that never happened? Did they spread around misinformation? What happened? No, they pretended to be 14 years old and told you that they were, and you started getting all sexual with that, and what? That's sorry, CYRAXX. I'm not gonna go all over that too much because everybody knows. Everybody knows. And the important thing to take out about that is that you thought that you were talking to somebody who was 14 years old, and because of that reason was why you were getting sexual with them. And even if you knew they weren't actually that age, but you still kind of pretended to believe for your own like role play fantasy thing, it's pretty much the same. It's the same. It shows that if they had actually been that age, you would have gone on with it. So it's the same.
After that, people kept attacking me. Like, they started attacking me left and right. Now, there were people already taking shots at me, which I didn't give a shit. But it wasn't until the last year and a half or so that shit got bad. Somebody did something so violent that it still messes with me to this day. Somebody took a brick, threw it through the windshield of my mom's car in the middle of the night, completely shattering the windshield to where we had to have it replaced. This whole year has been bad, but these last few weeks have been the worst. The reason why between last year and this year has been the worst because they have destroyed both of my computers and destroyed my Xbox. I have no console at all. I have no computer. I have nothing.
Okay, a quick comment here. I'm trying not to interrupt the video too much, but I'm controlling myself. I'm trying to I'm fighting the urge. Just super quick here. Sometimes I'm not super happy when people do stuff like that. For example, throwing a brick at like Sally's car or anything like that. And I know that it's not very popular to say that. And yeah. You have your own opinions about that and all that. It's fine, whatever. But the reason why I don't like when people like do stuff like that, like steal their property outside and whatever, like get the cops involved, do like SWATs. Uh, when it is granted, yeah, sure, it's perfectly acceptable to get like the cops involved, right? Yeah, when it's granted. Matter of fact, CYRAXX should have been in jail like probably years ago already and not came out. But the problem is that when it's little petty things that people do for their own personal amusement or to just like star somehow in like the the lore, right? Things that are inconsequential and don't really solve anything and involved other people that weren't directly involved with the situation. Like nowadays, I have realized that Sally, especially Sally, has more to do with everything that happens. She enables him a lot, and I feel less and less and less sympathy for her. I pretty much don't feel any sympathy for her anymore. But still, like when you do those kinds of like petty, inconsequential, pretty much useless things, right? Like throw the brick at Sally's car to shatter the window. You give the Lolcows leverage in order to justify themselves in a scenario later on. Locals look for any kind of way, any kind of excuse to have a leverage to justify their bad behavior. And sadly, a lot of times you don't know. Local lore is always like twisting and turning, and there's all these unexpected things that happen. And sometimes you may encounter a situation with like a judge, for example, where they don't know exactly what's going on. They don't know the full story or anything like that. They don't know anything in depth that much. And then you can have somebody like CYRAXX, for example, utilizing all of that backlash that that they experience from the troll community, right? All that they can use it as abuse, and then the judge might be able to say, well, you know what, this person, I don't know, is not liable for to do time or something like that, or their charges may become lower or something like that. I don't know. You give them leverage in order for them to excuse themselves, and I don't like that. I don't like people like CYRAXX having excuses to plea with somebody who doesn't know too much about the whole situation and be like, look, you see what they're doing to me. They're the bad guys, and I don't like that.
I don't even have a basic running computer that's just a basic computer.
It's shit, loser.
Just a basic tower. I ain't even got that.
Scratch scaps, weirdo. That's funny. Things like that are funny because they involve directly messing with CYRAXX and like not doing any external damage. You didn't call the fire department to get involved there just because it's funny. You didn't unnecessarily swat them, utilizing the precious time of police officers who need to respond to other real cases, right? Wasting resources of like the city. When the aware of myself situation happens, that's a moment where the police intervention is granted, and it's glorious when stuff like that happens. CYRAXX getting arrested is just it's just based. But you need to have a reason to have the law enforcement intervene. But this breaking his Xbox, the fact that he keeps falling for it. I don't know. Send him shit that that is clearly making fun of him and kind of trolling him, and he's not aware of it, and he's like wears it or uses it or like brags about it. Those kind of things are.
But anyways, what they did over these last few weeks has been nothing short of disturbing.
They finally bought you a mirror.
And nothing short of terroristic. These people, a couple weeks ago, tried to send an Xbox One to my house. They had somebody pretend to be my friend and send an Xbox One to my house in an attempt to destroy my home.
How?
I got the Xbox from somebody who I thought was a friend. I plugged it in, and it shorted out our house for about 5 to 10 minutes.
How is that even possible? How do you even do that? Wow, oh my god.
Found out the Xbox was supposed to be an improvised explosive device that was supposed to kill me and my family.
That's not true.
And when I found this information out,
I don't know exactly if it's true that it messed with the electricity of the house or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how much of that is even possible. But oh my god, man! Like it was an explode. So what was gonna happen? It was going to like short circuit the house to like some kind of like overheating to make it like explode or something like that. What the fuck, man? And you know he's gonna drag this story for like 10 more years, like the bullet, right? To this day, that little like rat trap or whatever went off in his room because he's like infested with all sorts of plagues. And we all know this to be true. That click that happened right now, to this day, he's still swearing that it was actually a bullet trying to hit him. Some sniper in like a rooftop somewhere was like aiming at him. Oh my god. You know, this story is just going to start getting more and more exaggerated as he tells it over time, to a point where, I don't know, he heard a clicking or some kind of beeping in the console, and I don't know, there was like electricity coming out, and the house didn't have power for like 2 hours. His console exploded, and he had to save himself by like taking cover behind the bed or something like that. Hitler style, when they tried to like kill him with a bomb under the desk, and then he survived. He was injured. I don't know. It's like I can already imagine the story that it's gonna be in like a couple of years from now. He defused the bomb at like 2 seconds before it exploded, like in the movies, right?
My heart sank because I was right here in the room, and knowing that Xbox that has an IED on the inside, knowing that it could have killed me and my families, it just, I can't even explain how disturbing that shit is. But ever since then, I've been trying to get away from the troll community, and I started this channel in honor of my brother who passed away from cancer in 2016.
And you never cared, you never visited him or anything.
But
you never paid attention to that.
I've been doing...
Until it served you for a pity party and tried to sympathy bait on the internet. Wow. Tell us more. His family, by the way, people from his family have told the story of how he didn't care for his brother or anything like that. He never visited him.
I've been doing everything I can to get away from this terrorism. And like I said, I started this channel to not only honor my brother and what, I want to do with his memory, but I started this channel to be able to talk about stuff like this. Now on this channel, you guys can expect a few things. You guys can expect both short form and long form films, because I do a lot of animation and stuff. So you guys can expect some really cool animated videos to come out and stuff.
You've never done that.
Along with a actual film that I am currently working on. I'm doing the storyboarding for it.
Okay, you have made a movie. I should watch it sometime, maybe.
You guys can expect daily vlogs.
With or without this channel, the only thing everybody can always expect is daily vlogs. Oh my god.
And you guys can also expect something else that not a lot of people expect me to be able to do, which is vocal covers.
And vocal covers, come on. You're always doing that. What's so unexpected about that?
And, you know, hopefully through the vlogs, you guys can actually see that I'm actually not an evil person like these people on the internet want me to.
Trust me, bro, I'm not evil. Literally, the first thing that an evil person would tell you, they're not.
They want me to be, because these people are out for one thing, and that is to make money off my back. That is to make it to where I cannot speak out against what they are doing, because these people want to shove me out. They want me to be homeless, because these people are so evil that they want to take my life. These people literally want to end my life. Needless to say, a few years ago, about 5 years ago to this day, I had been bullied so bad by these people and terrorized so bad by these people that I attempted to take my own life 2 different times. Both were failed attempts.
Failed attempts because they were fake. Putting a stylus in your neck is not a failed attempt. If I put my shoe in my mouth and try to bite it and swallow it to choke myself, that's not a failed attempt. That's stupid. That's not a failed attempt. I didn't survive. Moving on.
Both times I ended up in the hospital. And, you know, I'm currently on the road to recovery. So hopefully, you know, you guys seeing these videos on this channel, you'll be able to see that the person that these trolls made me out to be with the rage outs and the getting angry and stuff like that, hopefully you guys can see that all of that was from me being bullied and being pushed to the brink of self-destruction. And right now I can't even trust anybody to send me any electronics because of the shit these people have done.
Always expecting everybody to just hand him everything.
These people have made it to where I can't get a job because when, you know, jobs go to do background checks, they see what has been going on with me and they don't want to hire me because they see me as a liability.
Not really. They would see you just as a sexual predator who is dangerous to the people around. Also somebody who would steal from them, most likely do all sorts of nasty things.
And I'm not a liability. I'm somebody that's trying to get away from oppression and terrorism, essentially. And it's right here in my own backyard. But hopefully through these videos you guys do gain some sort of inspiration.
Becoming an inspiration, right? Can you imagine? Oh, I was going through some rough times, but I discovered CYRAXX, and he taught me the way. He taught me the light on the path. He was that positive figure that I needed in my life. In a way, it is true, right? In a way, this is one of an actual important thing that you can learn from people like CYRAXX. They can actually become an inspiration and a good example to notice that exactly the kind of people that they are the things that you need to strive to not be yourself. To always avoid that. You can always be inspired to avoid being like them and doing the things that they do. So they actually contribute something to society.
You know, hopefully I can get away from my past and start doing better because I want to do better. And hopefully through this channel, you know, and your guys' help, you know, we can make that happen. With that being said, y'all, I love you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content that is to come on this channel. And yeah, I will catch you guys later, man. Peace. What up, y'all? Chance from More Studios here.
So he's now addressing Marty's brother-in-law, John, supposedly.
I am here to speak out on John, Music Biz Marty's brother-in-law. And this is the only time I am speaking out on this subject. And John, I am addressing you directly. Okay? I don't know what makes you think that I had something to do with your brother-in-law's death, but I had nothing at all to do with it. Your brother-in-law killed himself. Last year, when I found out that your brother-in-law, Marty, was doing drugs and he was hooked on Ambien and Adderall and drinking and shit, even though he didn't deserve the help, I tried to help him. I tried to fucking stop him from doing those drugs.
Oh my, that's not true. That never happened. Never. Matter of fact, you were always telling him that you wanted him to die, and saying how he would slit his throat, and you was wishing him to die, and like, how many times did he actually threaten Marty? I mean, everybody knew he was just bullshit, right? Marty used to laugh at the idea, but still, not only that, he was always fantasizing about how he would kill like Marty's girlfriend and his family and all that shit. Like, where are you getting all this from?
I warned your brother-in-law. I warned him, like, bro, if you keep going down this route, you're gonna end up dead. I tried telling him, dude. I genuinely, even though he didn't deserve my help, I tried to be the bigger man and help him.
He was always your little brother, right?
And what happened? He didn't listen. And as a result, he OD'd on fucking fentanyl.
Imagine a heart to heart with like CYRAXX, right? He offers you a beer and like, you know, he's like, hey, we need to talk, man. I need to have a conversation with you. This is gonna be tough, but you need to face this thing. He didn't listen to the wise words of CYRAXX. We all know him for being very knowledgeable and wise about these matters.
He OD'd on that shit on his own accord. I had nothing to do with it.
The lighting, man. Look, the veins. It's so unreal. It's so fucking unreal. Is this brother-in-law actually a troll? Or is he just... There's no way. It's actually his real brother-in-law, right? Sometimes I miss little details like that of who is real, who is a body troll, who is an actual troll. Especially nowadays. I kind of miss little details like that because I'm not paying too much attention anymore to a Lolcow shit. When you consume so much of it, it all kind of blends in. It all becomes this homunculus, and I'm like, is it really that important if it's his actual brother-in-law or if it's a troll? No, not really. It's not.
So I don't get where you think you have evidence, but you don't. And we all know how you like to operate with evidence, dude. We all know that you like to make up bullshit. And if you do have any evidence, where's it at? Because the only evidence I see is some fucking stupid-ass third-grade photoshopped bullshit. And the reason why I know you would Photoshop evidence is because of what you did in the Discord call when me and CIA Hole confronted you. And you tried to make my old Facebook profile look like it was your own Facebook profile when it wasn't. You got pissed about it that I called you out on your shit and I caught you in the act of doing fucking bullshit. And here I am calling you out again. I don't know what your obsession is with me, but you need to stop. I've done nothing to you. I've not attacked you in any way, shape, or form without reason, so you need to step off and leave me alone because I've had nothing to do with you. The only times I've ever attacked you is if it came down to it being warranted.
So are you or aren't you attacking him?
So John, stop slandering my fucking name. Stop taking shots at me because it's not going to work. I'm asking you kindly, alright? I'm not attacking you. I'm simply saying stop taking shots at me and leave me alone. Because I've done nothing to you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what it is that you want from me. But whatever it is that you're after, you're not going to get it. You need to go do something else with your life. Get a hobby. Take up knitting. Take up cross stitch. Take up lacrosse. Take up soccer. Take up basketball. Do something.
If only you did that instead of looking for ways to prey upon like children online, we wouldn't be here right now.
I'm being nice here, dude. If I really wanted to, I could be a total fucking asshole and go ham and tear you apart and make you look like the biggest idiot ever, but I'm not.
When has that ever happened? I mean, every single time, but the other way around. It's hilarious how Lolcows can grab themselves and completely reverse the narrative in such a almost skillful way. It's mesmerizing how every single detail, everything that they accuse everybody of is exactly describing them. This scenario right here is exactly what happens to CYRAXX every single time for years now, but it happens to him every single time. And yet, it doesn't go through his thick skull. And this pattern repeats in every single Lolcow. Every single Lolcow is just one person.
I'm here being civil with you. I'm leveling the playing field with you. You need to let it go. Your brother's dead. And I'm sorry if that's a tough pill for you to swallow. I know you might be looking for somebody to blame. And I'm sorry about that. But the only person that you have to blame for your brother's death is himself. Your brother killed himself. Hell, if you want receipts, let me give you some. I didn't know about your brother's death until a couple weeks after he died. It was literally 2 or 3 weeks after he had died and nobody heard from him that CIA hole actually is the one that let me know that he died. It was actually through CIA hole finding the video footage of the funeral when I found out. Now, have I stepped out and said that I'm glad he's dead? Yes. And the reason for that is because he's one of the ones that made my life a living hell. And the only reason I say that, the only reason why I say that I'm glad he's dead is because I don't have to worry about him coming after me anymore. Because he is one evil son of a bitch that has done some very fucked up things. But his death was not on me, it was on himself. So I'm kindly asking you, once and for all, to stop blaming me for your brother-in-law's death. That's number one. And number two.
Did he have to count
Law's death.
the fingers? Look at it. Did he have to count the fingers? Like, it's one. Oh my god. Oh my god, he had to count the fingers. And it was one. The number of fingers he had to count was one. There it is. One.
Law's death.
Look at it.
Stop slandering my name. I say it's time to expose William Glory Hole now. Now that I exposed John for the piece of shit that he is, time to expose William.
Oh yeah, just another day, you know. Owning trolls left and right, you know. It gets tiring a little bit. It's kind of a routine nowadays, you know. It's like Batman catching criminals. Like, here we go again. He's just so used to it.
Now, William, you're running around claiming that the reason why you destroyed my Xbox and my PC was so that I can't talk to kids. But we all know the real truth, William. We all know that that's not why you really did it. We all know the real reason. Because see, you don't truly believe the pedophile lies that you're saying against me.
Trying a Jedi mind trick there? Like, you don't believe the pedo allegations. Maybe if he repeats it enough, it will become true.
See, you wanted to destroy my console and my PC both for one reason. Because I wasn't paying attention to what you were doing. I wasn't giving you what you wanted. I wasn't giving you the attention you were seeking. So what did you do? You forced me to give you my attention. And you know what's sad? You still failed. Even without a PC or a console, I'm still not paying you any attention.
Oh yeah, I'm not giving you my attention. That's why I'm making this video about you. Because I'm not giving you attention. I'm not making videos talking about you.
I don't pay attention to anything that you or John are doing. The only reason why I called out John on the bullshit that I called him out on last night was because of the fact that what he was saying was literally slanderous. I am done with you. You guys might not be done with me, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean I have to react. You guys are pieces of shit. So the two of you fucking assholes can go fuck yourselves. I want nothing to do with you. I am not paying you any more attention. I'm not responding to you no matter what you do. I'm not fucking coming on your panels. I'm not giving you motherfuckers the time of day. I am focusing on myself and what I want to do with my life. I'm not going to sit here and let some punk-ass fucking wannabe tough guys who sit on the internet behind a screen like a little bitch and pretend to be wannabe gangster dictate what I do with my life. You're not my boss. You don't pay my motherfucking bills. Me and my family pay our bills, motherfucker.
You don't pay any bills. What the fuck?
About that little thing that you guys did with the game? You don't own it no more. I shut that shit down.
Speaking of the game, why does nobody mention that he is in No, I'm Not a Human? Daniel Larson's in there. Who else is in there? I don't remember. At the top of my head who was in there. I made a YouTube short with all the Lolcows in that game. And CYRAXX is in there. CYRAXX is in Fortnite also. Nobody mentions those things.
So this, like I said, this is the final time. I'm never giving you pussyfoot motherfuckers the time of day.
Is that dandruff? It's dandruff. The fact that you can see it in the dark.
I don't give a fuck on what videos you make on me. I'm not responding. I'm not going to be responding to you for shit.
Followed by an endless stream of videos talking about exactly the same subject matter over and over and over again, addressing every single troll over and over and over again, waxing out over and over and over again. The circle of life.
I don't give a flying fuck what you say, what you do, what bullshit you make up.
Oh, the saliva, of course.
As of this fucking video, I'm out of the troll community. I am done. I am not a Lolcow. I am not your target. Exit stage left and leave me the fuck alone. And leave my family and friends the fuck alone. You can send whoever you want over to my house to try to get me to come outside. Not gonna work. You can fly all the drones over my house that you want. I'm not gonna pay attention. You can send all the nasty, fucked up animal organs that you want to my house. I'm just gonna throw them away.
That one was particularly disturbing to him. You can see how he needed to pause and picturing that scene in his head. That in that moment there, he even freezes there for a second. That shook him. What was it? What organs were there? Oh my god! He got like Vietnam PTSD right there for that. For a while.
So with that being said, have a nice life, dumb fucks, and just remember, in 10 years' time, I'm washing my hands clean of you motherfuckers for good. You're done. It's over. I'm not fucking responding to you any fucking more. Now, with that being said, I got a life to rebuild, motherfuckers. Peace, bitches. I won't miss you. What up, guys? It's Chance. Your boy is back. I actually started this channel with my fiance Jackie. As a way to document our paths to a better life, doing better, having fun. You guys get to see our day-to-day lives. together as a couple, gaming, having fun, vocal covers, all kinds of shit, man. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, man. This is our journey into a positive life, a better life, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And yeah, we love you guys, and we will see you guys in the first vlog coming very, very soon, sometime this week. So that'll be dope. And yeah, fucking love you guys. And I will catch you guys in the first video here later on, man. Later on this week. Peace.